Hello everyone, Board Game Lawyer here. It is a Sunday evening, and I thought I'd play some Marvel Champions from Fantasy Flight Games. And the game that I decided to play today is the Critical Challenge Week 5 Power Struggle that's put out by Critical Encounters. It's part of their summer event where they're challenging players to take on these different challenges with the potential of winning some OP prizes. So it sounds like a lot of fun. I decided to take on this week's challenge, and I've yet to do so this week, so I thought I would get that in. So let's take a look and see what this challenge is all about. So in this Week 5 Power Struggle Challenge, it says that Loki has traveled back to the year 2018 and has managed to steal the Power Stone from the Nova Corps. Loki intends to use the stone's ability to lead an army of frost giants in his attempt to become the rightful ruler of Jotunheim, Asgard, and Midgard. The question, can you wrestle the Power Stone away from Loki and save your summer vacation? So this scenario has an alternate setup, and let's take a look at our main scheme here. Normally this is what our main scheme looks like, but instead we've got some alternate rules here. I'll read those. So the contents in this game are Loki, the Power Stone, and the standard encounter sets, and two modular encounter sets, which are the Frost Giants, as well as Thor's Nemesis set. So that's Loki is in Thor's Nemesis set with those Frost Giants. So the setup is to set each copy of the Loki villain aside, out of play, put the War in Asgard side scheme into play, and reveal one set aside Loki at random and attach the Power Stone to Loki. So that's already been done for us. Whenever I set up the game, it randomly places a Loki out here on the table, and it is the one that is a victory one. Loki cannot take any damage while a side scheme is in play, and when defeated, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a side scheme is discarded and reveal that side scheme. So he comes into play with 20 health. The Power Stone is on him. And we also have the War in Asgard, which says, Hinder 1, when defeated, reveal the top card of the Infinity Stone deck. In top card of the Infinity Stone deck, swap Loki with a random set-aside Loki, and it has an acceleration icon on it with, it has 7 threat on it. Okay, so then it tells us to flip to side 1B of all Hail King Loki. And it comes into play. It has a forced interrupt when Loki is defeated. Advance to a random set-aside Loki villain. It says if the number of Lokis in the victory display is equal to the victory condition, the players win the game. It threats out at 12. Begins with 1 threat on it in solo form. Alright, so some special gameplay rules are, when the Power Stone is attached to the villain, then the encounter deck is the Infinity Stone deck. So the Power Stone gains a hazard icon while it's attached to Loki. So an extra card every turn that would be dealt during the encounter phase. And 2, when a card text requires a player to reveal the top card of the Infinity Stone deck, it says to deal the top card of the encounter deck to the first player. So more opportunities to get cards dealt. Then, if the Power Stone is attached to identity, so you'll recall that on the Power Stone, it says that if you, after a hero or villain deals 3 or more damage to an attached character with a single attack, attach the Power Stone to the villain, to the attacking hero or villain. Okay, and it's +1/+1 on that Power Stone, so pretty good potent punch that it can pull off. And so if it's attached to our hero, the Infinity deck is the player deck. It says while in alter ego form, the Infinity Stone deck is inactive, so it's not available for use. It says when a card text requires the player to reveal the top card of the Infinity Stone deck, the player whose hero the Power Stone is attached to, again this is the hero attached to, may choose a player to draw a card. So just one other thing. One other rule here. It says that the Thor's Nemesis minion Loki has a special rule. He is a Loki variant, and he ignores the unique icon on all Lokis in play, so therefore they can be on the table at the same time, Minion Loki and Villain Loki, and the interrupt text on the Loki minion card applies to all Lokis in play, meaning that, remember when you defeat him, draw a card. If it's treachery, he heals all the way back up, so we would hate to put 20 more health back on one of these villain Lokis. But that's part of making the real villain in the game the minion. There's some victory conditions, so if we beat one Loki, that means that we've saved Jotunheim. If we beat 2 versions of Loki, we've saved Asgard. If we defeat 3 versions of Loki, we have defeated Midgard. And if you defeat 4 versions of Loki, then you have saved all of the realms. In hardcore mode, it says that each player begins the game stunned, and then you choose your victory condition. So I'm going to go ahead and stun Odin's son. Stunned the Odin's son. And that's it. You know, if I can make it past rookie mode or standard mode, I'll probably be happy in this game. I am playing a Hell's Kitchen deck that was designed by, who was it? The King of Rohan made this deck. So I stole a deck from a player online just because. I'm going to be playing with Odin's son today. So Thor is my hero. He has a worthy action, which is to search our deck and discard pile for the Modular, upgrade and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck, and you can do this a limit of once per round. He has a recovery of 4, and he is Asgardian. Hand size of 5 in alter ego form, so one of the smaller alter ego hands. But he does go find that hammer. So War in Asgard. So this Loki cannot take damage while a side scheme is in play, and the side scheme is the War in Asgard. So we can't really do any damage to Loki, so we can't take that stone from him just yet. Plus we're stunned, so it's going to be a little bit of a chore to try to get that stone away from Loki. So this could be a short game. I don't know. Let's give it a try. Let's see if there's any cards that we want to mulligan. We've got 4 Justice, good card. Followed is a good card. Is that a... And that says when attached scheme is defeated, deal 4 damage to an enemy. I like those. We also have Defender of the 9 Realms. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard a minion. Put that minion into play, engage with you. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. That could be really dangerous. Going and digging for that Loki. Or any of those Frost Giants. So, I think I'll hang on to it, though, because it is a way to get extra cards in hero form. Daredevil, after he thwarts, deal 1 damage to an enemy. I kind of like that. And that 4 Justice is good. So, how about we just hang on to... I'll just hang on to... I'm going to discard the Daredevil. I'll draw a card, and it is the Helicarrier. That extra resource every turn would be helpful. So we may just hang on to that. Now, 4 Justice says remove 3 threat from a scheme, so I don't have to flip to do that. It's just a hero action. And I will go, now that we are actually into our turn, I'm going to go find the hammer and bring it in my hand. Look at all cards. Find Thor's hammer. There it is. And we'll bring it into our hand. Now, it can be used as a resource. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip Thor. It says, have at thee. Response, after you engage a minion, draw 2 cards. So let's do this. Let's play Defender of the 9 Realms. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard a minion. Put that minion into play, engage with you. And remove 3 threat from a scheme. So let's discard some cards here. There's the Trickster. You know what? I don't think I shuffled the encounter deck. I put those Loki cards on top of the encounter deck, but I did not hit the shuffle button. So we'll do that. Now we'll start discarding cards. There's Caught Off Guard. Shadow of the Past. It's good to see that early. Advance. Like to get past those. Devious Sorcery. Family Feud. Another sorcery. Gang Up card. Here's a Trickster card. And there's Laffy. So now we've got a Frost Giant out there on the table who comes into play with toughness on him. He has a force response after Laffy attacks and damages a character. Stun that character. Whew. Not good. It's probably a bad idea. So after we've discarded those cards, from the encounter deck, and I find a minion, put that minion into play, engage with you, remove 3 threat from a scheme. So we're going to take 3 off of the war in Asgard. All right. Defender of the 9 realms. And then it says on Thor that after you engage a minion, draw 2 cards. And you can do this once per phase. So we draw God of Thunder, exhaust God of Thunder to generate a energy resource, and we also pick up Surveillance Team. So I could put out some good economy here at the beginning of the game. Sure could, because I can put out that Helicarrier, and I can afford to put out the God of Thunder. So why don't I do that? I'll spend 2 resources, these 2 energy resources, to put out God of Thunder. Exhaust God of Thunder and generate an energy resource. So we'll do that. And we'll discard Surveillance Team. And how about Followed to put out the Helicarrier. I could exhaust the Helicarrier and use Modular to do the 4 Justice to remove 3 threat from War in Asgard. Might be a good idea. Yeah, and then we can, with Thor, thwart the last threat off of War in Asgard. I think I'll do that. I'm going to spend my hammer and reduce the cost to play 4 Justice to remove 3 threat from War in Asgard. We're going to try to. There we go, down to 1. So that's 4 Justice, and then Thor is going to thwart for 1 to remove the War in Asgard. It says reveal the top card of the Infinity Stone deck. Oops. When defeated. Oh, too bad I didn't have the Infinity Stone. Oh, man. Swap Loki with a random set-aside Loki villain. Ouch. Okay. So, we discard War in Asgard. Does it go to the victory display? Nope, sure doesn't. So we just discard that. And we deal an encounter card. So we'll set that over here next to the Power Stone. And then we're going to get a random Loki over here. So let's shuffle the Loki deck, and we'll just take the top card of the Loki deck, which is this one right here. Loki, who has a retaliate of 1 and a victory of 1. When defeated, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a side scheme is discarded. Reveal that side scheme. So, common theme. I'm going to throw that Loki into the Loki pile. Shuffle that up. And we'll bring this Loki out into play. All right. Not good. All right. Yeah, he's got the Power Stone. He's +1 attack. Ouch. This could be bad. And let's advance the phase. All right, so we got under surveillance, which is not bad. A surveillance team and an interrogation room. And enough resources to pay for a few things here, so that's nice. So, okay, all hail King Loki. When Loki is defeated, any number of Lokis in display. So we just add 1 threat to that main scheme. Loki's going to attack us. He's got the Power Stone, so he's going to attack us for 1 +1 and a boost. Should I defend it? Laffy also. He can attack and damage and stun a character, which I'm already stunned. So I think I'm going to take this damage. So I've got 14 health. Yeah, I'm going to take the damage. Oh my goodness. Open the Bifrost has 4 boost icons on it. So Loki hits for 1 plus the Power Stone 2. So he hits me for a total of 6 damage. Ouch. Open the Bifrost on me. Ooh. And then Laffy's going to hit me for another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And stuns the character. I'm already stunned. Alright, so he's going to deal us an additional because he has a hazard icon on him. So here's the encounter card. 1 more encounter card. And let's look at our first one, and it reads, Odin's Anger. It says, give to the Odinson player, you may flip to alter ego form, choose exhaust Odinson, remove Odin's Anger from the game, or you can discard Modular from your hand or from play. You are stunned and discard this obligation. Well, we are going to I gotta flip. Exhaust Odinson. And we're going to remove Odin's Anger from the game. So that was our first encounter card. Our next one reads that it says, attached to your identity, attached identity cannot ready. Alter ego action, spend an energy and fist resource to discard this card. Oof, I don't have any fist resources. My goodness. All right, and we got one more. And it reads, Frost Giant, who comes into play with toughness on him. So now I have 2 Frost Giants in play. And I cannot ready myself. Attached to your identity, attached identity cannot ready. Alter ego action, spend energy and fist resources to discard this card. The cold never bothered me anyway. Kind of does right now, actually. So, all right, that's not good. I cannot ready myself. I am an alter ego. Let me see. It says here that I can go find Modular from the discard pile. Let's go get our hammer. Grab that into our hand. It does not have a fist resource on it, so I'm still in trouble. Wow. Interrogation room when you defeat a minion. Surveillance team. Let me advance the phase here and make sure I know it's my turn. I think for sure we're going to put under surveillance out there onto the table. Yeah. Under surveillance, we're going to spend 2 genius to put out under surveillance. All right. And I'm going to put my hammer out. And we'll spend a... Well, if I put surveillance team out, I've got these resources over here that I can use. So I spent 2 to put out the under surveillance. I'll spend 2 more to put out surveillance team. And then I'll spend this interrogation room to put out Thor's hammer onto him. And we'll exhaust under surveillance. It comes into play with 3 snoop counters on it. It says when they're gone, discard this card. Exhaust surveillance team, remove 1 snoop counter from it to remove 1 threat from a scheme. Which I think we're just going to go ahead and do that. So we'll take 1 threat off of all Hail King Loki. And so Thor gets +1 attack and gains the aerial trait while he's got the hammer on him. But I still can't do anything considering that I've got... I'm still frozen. I got frozen by these frost giants. So I'm going to advance the phase. Let's look at our hand. We got lightning strike. So I did get the power of justice, which could be a fist resource. And we've got the god of thunder over there, which I could use those 2 to get rid of the frozen card, which I'm going to have to do something. Also another god of thunder card. I got lightning strike, which is spend X energy resources, deal X damage to the villain and each minion engage with you. This attack ignores tough status cards if you have the aerial trait. So that might be good as well. All right. So we place one threat onto all Hail King Loki. Loki is going to scheme for 2+1 because he has the Power Stone. So there it is. So he adds 5 threat. Right? 2, 3, 4, 5 threat to all Hail King Loki. Discard Unnatural Storm. The Frost Giant's going to add 1. And Laufey is going to add 2 to all Hail King Loki. All right. So we're under surveillance, meaning that we have increased the target threat value all the way up to 16. So we do have a little bit of breathing room here. And let's see. I don't think I removed. Yeah, I should have removed one of these tokens from the surveillance team earlier whenever we removed one threat from all Hail King Loki. So yeah, I meant to do that, forgot. And here's the encounter cards. He gets 2 of them. 1 and 2. First one reads, The Casket of Ancient Winters. This is a hinder 1. So it comes into play with 5 threat on it. When defeated, reveal the top card of the Infinity Stone deck. Swap Loki with a random set-aside Loki villain. So we got the Casket of Ancient Winters on the table. And our next one is Loki's Crown, which says, Hero response. After you make a basic attack against Loki, spend a mental or a nerd resource and a fist resource to discard this card. It gives him +1 scheme. So now he has an additional attachment placed on him. Ouch. Odin Stun is still stunned. Odin Stun. Casket of Ancient Winters, which has an additional boost icon on it. Not good. So I got Laufey, a Frost Giant, and Loki on the table with his crown. He's got a Power Stone. He's got his Casket of Ancient Winters. Oh boy, this one's turned into a problem. This one's turned into a problem. All right, I already have my hammer in hand, so we'll advance the phase. I am going to use the surveillance team to remove a threat from all Hail King Loki. Bring it back down to 9. We're going to flip Odin's Son over to his... should we heal with him first? I think we do need to heal. On an alter ego action, we definitely need to remove that. So we're going to use the Power of Justice as our fist resource, and we'll use the God of Thunder. Thunder. To generate energy. So, okay, at least we're not frozen anymore. Flip card. Flip card. Yeah, and actually it says attached identity cannot ready, so I wouldn't have been readied earlier either, so this needs to be discarded. That's not built into the code to not ready him if it's on the table, so yeah. So Odin's Son's still stuck on the table anyway. Exhausted. Now this is not, it says spend X resources, deal X damage to the villain, and each minion engage with you. This attack ignores tough status cards. If you have the aerial trait, we do have the aerial trait. And yeah, we could use that interrogation room. So we're going to spend 2 resources, the strength to put out the God of Thunder. We'll use the Helicarrier, exhaust the Helicarrier to spend... Let me see. Let's see what this one says. It says spend X resources, deal X damage to the villain each minion. So we're gonna reduce the cost to 0 with the Helicarrier. We're gonna use interrogation room to knock the tough off of Laufey, to knock the tough off of the Frost Giant. And we'll hit Loki for 1. All right. Oh, and I needed to be in hero form to do that, so... Oh, man, I can't flip to hero form. I'll be dead. All I can do is... no, I can't do that. Can I? Let's see, what else did I do? Did I do anything else? Yeah, no, I didn't do anything else other than put out that God of Thunder. So yeah, I guess with that one resource, or that helicarrier, we'll just put out the interrogation room. And we'll hang on to that lightning strike. Oh man, I just can't do anything. Stunning myself was terrible. Well, and he's also got, he's got +1. It's a lose. This one's a loser. I only got 4 health, so I can't take a tremendous amount of hits. I got Laufey over there. It's going to hit me for 4. Frost Giant that's going to hit me for 3. Loki that's going to hit me for a lot more. Or a scheme out. So let's just finish the game. Advance the phase. Yeah, this one's over. There's just too much happening. So replace 1 threat on all Hail King Loki. Loki's going to scheme for 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus this card, 6, 7. So he's going to scheme for 7. And just Loki himself can scheme out. It's possible that I probably made some huge mistakes in this game. Maybe one of them was to go dig for Laufey. That was just a little too much for us. He still has his tough card too, by the way. And so does his Frost Giant friend. And Loki keeps his health too. So we didn't actually hit him with the lightning strike because I was going to stay in alter ego form with the hopes that maybe I could survive, but I should have known better. Laufey for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it was 8 threat going on to that main scheme regardless. So this game ended very quickly. Did not do anything that I hoped, but yeah, it's just one of those things where you got to wrestle that power stone away from him early. You got to play this game of hot potato when you actually want the potato. You want that power stone. It's just too much for him to have that with all these additional encounter cards. And then having these powerful minions out there on the table too. Actually, I should have drew a card earlier when that Frost Giant came out. I missed that text, I think, unless he came out when I was in alter ego form. But yeah, drawing 2 more cards probably wouldn't have amounted to much anyway. We got the hammer throw, which is an attack. I can't attack anyone when I'm stunned. Yeah, so it's... I'll have to try it again, but I'm going to end this video for now. Thanks for watching on this Sunday evening, watching my Loki challenge. So this one again is week 5 power struggle. Loki went back and found that power stone, and he absolutely used it against his brother in this match today, which cost me the game, but it's still fun. I'm going to try it again. Probably will just do it behind the scenes and submit my score over to the Critical Encounters. If you go to Critical Encounters, if you can find them on Facebook, you can find them on Discord. You can find a link to their form. Fill out the form, win or lose. Fill it out. It's an OP challenge, and at the end of the month, at the end of August, there'll be a drawing wherein you could possibly win some OP cards, and there should be some good OP cards left after July's drawing, because we only gave away half the OP cards in July. So in the second half of the OP event is going to be the month of August. So turn in your scores and attempt to win some cards. But anyway, I'm the Board Game Lawyer. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on Facebook. If you want to contact me, it's boardgamelawyer@gmail.com. Have a good evening, and I'll bring you another video again soon.